In this video, I want to talk about autism and nutrition. Autism and nutrition. We know that for a human being to have a proper lifestyle, they need to have proper nutrition. You cannot talk about a complete wellness of a human being without talking about or paying attention to the nutrition that that person is considering. So I want to share my journey with my son, who is on the autism spectrum, the challenges that we have had, the nutritional challenges that we have had with him being on the spectrum, because there are some things that are beyond control. There are some things that because of the way he processes information, because of the way he acknowledges and doesn't acknowledge smells, tastes, and textures. So, you know, food, when you are serving food, it comes in different textures, it comes with different smells, and it comes also in different colors, and that can appeal or not appeal to an autistic brain. So we had so many challenges, especially after when he was after winning him from breast. I weaned him from breast when he was 18 months old, and I was like, he was a big boy, and we started introducing him to solids. But it was a mission, because that's when, as we said before in the other videos, you will see that this child behaves differently by the way they interact, by the way they socialize, and by the way they behave in general on a day-to-day life. That's when you can actually pick that they have some issues going on as far as the way they process information or react or respond to their environment. So an individual who is not on the spectrum will usually be excited. For an 18 months old, they would be excited to see food. They would also want to experiment, want to test. You know, when a child, a toddler, see people eating, they will be curious also to test. But with Christopher, my son, he was not even curious. It would be like you are not even eating. When you are eating and it's things that doesn't appeal to him, he would not even show interest. He would not even show that he is curious to taste or to smell whatever you are serving on the table. And that could give an indication that he is not interested, or he's not even gonna say, I want to try. And if it's the smell is strong for him, you'd actually even have a meltdown. And those are some of the indications that now when I look back in the hindsight, I can tell that we could have picked those things, but of course we did not pick them. So I remember just after his diagnosis, the doctors helped us to find him a school as soon as possible, because why those 2-3 months that we were going for assessment, he had already stopped going to school. I think I did a video in the past where I explained how he stopped going to school. And because he was home and we were taking him for assessments, while they were doing their research and making sure that they've done all the tests that are necessary. So he then stopped going to school. But as we approached the diagnosis, the professionals advised us to say, you need to now get him back into school, because it's going to help him for his development. He needs to be around, to spend more time around kids his age, so that also, you know, kids grow and develop by also seeing other children doing things. If they can see other children running around, they will also copy that behavior, and it helps them to develop and grow. So they advised us to say we need to get a school, and they helped us. We got this school. It's an inclusive school in Cape Town, which caters for children with special needs and those with no special needs as well. So they said this is actually a very good school for him to go while he's on the waiting list to go into a school for autistic learners. When we took him into the school, the staff members, everyone were very supportive. And I remember, because I already knew of his meal fixations, I would send a lunch box. Those days he was fixated on peanut butter porridge. So it's that fermented porridge that we make from maize meal, ground maize meal. Then you ferment it and you steam it, you cook it on the pot, you steam it, and then I would put peanut butter, season it with sugar, and send to school, because I knew definitely he was not gonna eat what was being served at school. And that's when he was at school, they also started trying to introduce him to the meals that were being served at school, and eventually he started eating. I will always be grateful for the teachers there, Sheila, Enesia, and so many teachers that were at the school at that time who were teaching Christopher and who made sure that he start eating the school meals so that he also expand his diet. So he has been fixated on meals for a very, very long time. He has been eating certain meals every time. He can eat certain meals for a week, from morning, afternoon, and evening. I remember just this past Christmas, there's a meal that he loved. The pasta and beans, he loved that one. And he ate that meal on Christmas Day. He has been asking for that meal until mid-February. That's when he got tired of eating that very same dish. And then he started eating, he wanted now the plain pasta. Now, as I'm recording this video, it's in March. He's now fixated on, he's fixated on what now? On Cheerios with milk. So in the morning, we're giving him cereal. Then in the afternoon, you want his chicken wings and pasta with bolognese sauce. But that bolognese sauce must not be mixed while being cooked. It must be prepared separately. And when it's on the table, he wants to mix it himself. Otherwise, if you mix it, he's not going to eat it. So those simple things. And the wings, he is eating chicken wings as well. So I can say at the moment he's eating a little bit balanced diet, but no vegetables and no fruits. So the challenges that we really face when it comes to nutrition is that he is so limited in terms of choices. He chooses things, and sometimes his appetite really fluctuates. There were a couple of weeks that we really got worried in February where he was not eating anything. If I say anything, he was not eating anything, I think for a week. It was more than a week actually, where he was just drinking water, and even water he was not drinking much, and the appetite just fluctuated and he didn't want to eat anything. You would ask, he would say, I want toast and butter. You make the toast and he would not eat it. Then he would say, I want wheat bix. You make the wheat bix. He looks at them. He even changes his face. Then you would ask again for something. You could see that he has got that yearning of wanting to eat, but once he sees the food, he would even change his face and even look like he is feeling nauseated. So those are some of the challenges that we've come across, and we've sometimes even got to wit ends where you don't even know. So what do we do now? And then you even consult with the dietitians, you consult with the GP, you consult with the other professionals, and they also say, we don't even know. Sometimes you just have a spoonful and that's it. Just a spoonful of the food, and then you will push the plate away. Even if you give him I remember the other time he asked, I want fresh chips. We made him fresh chips. No, he didn't like. You buy even the takeaways that you know that he loves. You would still push the plate away and say, I don't want. So, and you find that it's not something that you can say, he's not sick. He is not sick, and he's actually playing. He's going to school, and at school, even if they offer him the school dinners, they would also still update us and tell us he didn't eat anything. He refused to eat. He refused to eat at all. So the fluctuations, those challenges, that the appetite fluctuates, and he sort of only have very limited foodstuffs that is comfortable with, and sometimes you get tired of it, and then you look at it and you actually run out of ideas of how can we motivate him to eat. And sometimes, actually, now when I'm thinking of days that you would think, maybe since he has got a sweet tooth, maybe if we give him a chocolate, and he would still say no chocolate. He would still say no. And really, that can really be stressful, because as a parent, imagine looking at your child and they don't want to eat anything, and they are not sick. They just don't want to eat anything. What do you do? If your child, they're not sick, you take them to the doctor, and the doctor finds everything is fine, and they are even gaining their weight. What would you do? They are even gaining their weight. They're not losing weight, but they are not eating. And just because those days, and you would be smelling foods, like when he comes into the kitchen and finds you cooking, he actually opens all the doors, all the windows. He just wants the kitchen to have some fresh air. Then he will drink water and goes back and sit down and scroll on internet, keep himself busy, or go outside and play on the trampoline. And you would think, today he has jumped a lot in the trampoline, maybe we'll eat. Then he comes back and he's like, what is smelling? You say, oh, we're making this, we're making your fried rice, your favorite. So, oh, I like it. You put in the bowl, he's not going to touch it. He's not going to touch it at all. So these are some of the things that you have to deal with, and you even don't have control over. You don't have control over the nutritional challenges that we have had to deal with, that you don't even know. So what is the solution? You try all the food, all the things, that even the junk food that you think he loves, and still you say no. He says, no, I don't like it. Then you realize, and you actually realize that there's nothing that you have done. Then he's back. He has got his appetite. He's now eating. And the other challenge actually then becomes eating non-stop. Then after that, he will start eating non-stop. Non-stop, you actually have to have cooked food throughout. You know, if he is having spaghetti, you must just have a spaghetti that is prepared, because he is going to eat it non-stop. So sometimes it can even be extremes of not eating at all and then eating a lot and eating non-stop, such that he doesn't even know the importance of meal times. But I'm grateful that at the moment the school is given him a structure for him to understand that we only eat at meal times, so that to allow also some time to learn in between and do some activities that are beneficial for his health, for his development at school. So we have also incorporated that timetable that they have at school. We remind him, when you wake up, you have breakfast. If it's a weekend, when you wake up, you have a breakfast. and you have or a mid-morning snack, and then lunch, and then afternoon snack, and then dinner. So we keep reminding, no, it's not yet meal time. It's not, because to him, almost every time, he can be eating every hour if you don't give him specific meal times. And it looks like we are getting the hook of it now. If you tell him, no, it's not lunchtime yet, he will say, oh, okay, okay. And they will go back. And we're now also using timer to time to remind him that if we said we're going to have you're going to be eating every 2 hours, so we give him a timer so that he sees, oh, I'm now left with 1.5 hours, I'm left with 1 hour, I'm left with 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But the funny part is because of the global learning delay that he has, he also seems not to know that how long is 2 hours. But you just have to keep reminding him, even though you have a timer, but you know that timer is the one for it actually times 5 minutes. So you have to keep reminding him, no, not now, no, not now. And it looks like we are getting the hang of it. He's getting there where he's sort of understanding the importance of waiting a little bit later, and we're getting to where we can negotiate, where we can say, but remember we said not now. Remember we said not now. So it does look, those are some of the challenges, guys. I just thought, let me come and share some of the challenges that we have to deal with regards to nutrition. It's really a journey and a half. If you ever saw a post that says, you know, you're an autism, we are a family with an autistic individual, when you have to cook 2 different meals every single day. We do that every single day. You have to cook, be it breakfast time, be it snack time. You just have to make accommodations. We have to make nutritional accommodations. And we've also learned the importance of incorporating supplements, making sure that he has got also supplements that he's taking, since he's a person who is not having balanced diet, even on days where he's eating properly. So we have now to incorporate nutritional supplements so that his health is catered for. He gets some nutrients, he gets some vitamins, he gets we have things like Forever Arctic Sea that caters for his cognitive development as well, and the absorbent C, that he's got vitamin C, the B12, that those vitamins, and the other one is calcium. So we have quite a cupboard of supplements that we make sure that it gets on a daily basis to support him, because already we know, even on days that he's eating properly, he's not having enough nutrients in his body. And you must see the energy levels, whether he's eating those days and he's not eating, the energy levels are always top proof. Guys, this is my sneak peek view into our nutritional journey with my autistic son. Please remember to share, like, and comment. Leave a comment on what you think. How do you think we can support him? How do you think we can encourage him to eat so many more foods? Because we can't keep blending food for 11-year-old, because we don't want him also, he's okay eating, chewing, all the crunchy stuff when he wants those things. So we don't want to go back to where we are blending broccoli and then he just used it to blended food, or because once he now again falls in love with blended food, what if we go back? What we have a situation where he's going to only love the blended textures again? So this is I just thought, let me come and open this window of nutrition, our nutritional experiences with our autistic child. See you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.